let me tell you one thing I love, and that is the Champions League. That was magnificent. What an evening we've had. Just before I continue, actually, I do love it. I think the Champions League is phenomenal. But to anyone who needs to hear it, Rick Parry, I'm talking to you directly here. I love it because it's special. I love it because you earn it. I love it because you're not in it every week and you don't play it every week. It needs to be preserved as being the most elite competition in world football, not something that we do consistently throughout the year. However, it was great. And there's only one place to start, actually, and that is the Parc des Princes, or as Marcus Rashford refers to it, his own personal private dance floor. He scored the winner again. An amazing thing for him to have done. But I thought Manchester United were excellent. I thought they shone. I thought Ole Gunnar Solskjaer actually implemented a tactical masterclass. I thought Fred was magnificent. I thought Tuanzebe really rose to the challenge. There was a moment actually where he had a bit of an interaction with Neymar, won the ball perfectly well, and there was just something in it. It was just something there, and you could see Neymar rolling around, doing his thing. And it's such a shame when he does that, Neymar, because he's such a wonderful talent. A dazzling football player, one of the best playing the game at the moment. And yet he really does let himself down. He becomes fairly dislikable, doesn't he? When he starts all that, you just really don't like him. And he's a player who I want to like because I love that sort of talent. But they just didn't click, and I'm just not sure they have the fear factor that they once had. They seem to really miss Marquinhos. I just don't think they've replaced him, and I think you can make a case for Thiago Silva. They needed that steel, through the middle, somebody to really impose themselves on the game, and I thought PSG just didn't have it, but Manchester United did. Manchester United were worthy winners, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. How have Tottenham Hotspur scored 6 past this team? How has anybody managed to score like this past Manchester United when the talent that is Kylian Mbappe, or the talent that is Neymar, can't really get through? They've only managed to score a goal because the Manchester United forward has closed his eyes from a corner. I just can't quite see how it's come about. And I think we have to give full credit to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But I also have to caveat it by asking, are PSG the team that we know that they, or the team that we anticipate them being? Are they as good as we remember? Are they the team that came within a hair's breadth of winning the Champions League last year? And I'm not sure they are. A big moment for me, actually, is when they brought Keane on. Keane obviously was at Everton last year. It didn't work out. Juventus, again, they moved him on. And I just don't think they have that fear factor. PSG, when you draw them, Chelsea went through a spell of drawing them consistently. It was terrifying. It was so nerve-wracking. The players that they had at their disposal, you were in for such a game, and it was the strength that they had on the bench and the depth in the side. You were predicting them to get to the final. Every year, before they did it, you were thinking that they were that team to get to the final. And this year, they just look slightly flat, slightly less imposing, and Manchester United dominated and were worthy winners. I think we also have to talk about Bruno Fernandes. Very impressive to miss a penalty. He did it, it's the second penalty he's missed, and then he's bounced back and scored a goal. He's done that. He did it at Newcastle on the weekend, scored a phenomenal goal there, actually. Got to give Juan Mata a bit of love for that one. But he scored a phenomenal goal in that game. But then he went, he did it again. He did it again in this game. A game of this magnitude, missing a penalty would take the stuffing out of a lot of players. There aren't many players that have the minerals to miss a penalty in a game of that stature and then demand the ball, get hold of it, score a goal. And it's a remarkable thing that he's done. I think he was given the captaincy, and he really did rise to the challenge. So, deserves a lot of acknowledgement, that, because there are certain players who would not have that courage. So he deserves a mention, but an honourable mention it can only be because the night belongs to Marcus Rashford. He's done it again on a pitch with Kylian Mbappe there as well. And again, it's a lad from Manchester with an MBE to his name who has shone and will get the headlines and deserves the headlines. And I just don't really, you can only wax lyrical so much about Marcus Rashford because he's an incredible person, but he's also an incredible football player because he's proved it again at the highest stage tonight. And I think we have to all probably, I imagine a lot of people in this video, watching this video, will owe a little bit of leniency and perhaps even an apology to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. If only he knew it was so easy. All he needed to do was, get Marcus Rashford on the ball in one of the hardest places that it is to go and win. And there you go. He's managed to knock it out the Parc des Princes. Equally, another good result for Chelsea, I think. Chelsea fans don't seem to be overly happy with it. I was watching both games simultaneously and I thought we did well. People seem to underestimate Sevilla. I don't quite understand it. Sevilla are an incredible European outfit. It's outrageous how well they have played consistently in European football for a very long time now. And they have a very good record against English clubs. I think last year they knocked out Wolves, they knocked out Manchester United. They went on to beat Inter Milan in the final, losing that game against Antonio Conte, pulling it back. And a result where you get a point in a fixture, in your opening fixture, against a team that I believe will go through. I think, Chelsea and Seville seem very set out to go through. Obviously, Rennes and Krasnodar will have something to say about that, but I think Rennes are just happy to be here. I think that Rennes have basically got into this competition through default. They don't really deserve to be here. I can't imagine too many Rennes fans will be watching this, but I don't think you can disagree with me too passionately there. Rennes don't deserve to be in this competition. And the fact that they got here in the way that they did, I think they were blasting the music out the night that they qualified without having to go into qualification. They've achieved, I think they'll intend to do French football proud, but they've achieved what they were hoping to do. And I think that Chelsea and Seville will progress. And Chelsea getting a point, crucially, keeping a clean sheet. There was a point in the second half, early in the second half, when Pulisic came on, was really running, was really direct at the Seville back line. I thought that we could do it. I thought we were going to get a goal here. But it just wasn't to be. I thought Timo Werner looked knackered, which doesn't bode well, because obviously we're playing Manchester United on the weekend. I've got a big collab coming up for that one. It'll be my first collab on the channel, so I'm looking forward to welcoming Adam McCullough on. But, I'm just thinking, Timo Werner really did look knackered, and we need him to be firing against Manchester United. So that isn't actually ideal, but I am overly happy, overall at least, happy with the result. We've got a point. We're off the board against the team that I believe will go through with us. So that's one of our hardest fixtures out of the way. We only have to play them once more. And also, in 2 of our last 3 games, we've conceded 3 goals. So, with that in mind, the fact that we've kept a clean sheet in Europe's premier competition against the team that won a European trophy last year can only be seen as a positive thing. Our backline did very well. Goalkeeper made a big difference, of course. But I didn't think Kurt Zouma had a particularly good game, but him aside, I thought we did really well. So it's just a joy to talk European football. It's a joy to have this channel. And do you know what I've just noticed, by the way? We're up to 10,000 subscribers, so I might have to do a special video about that. So thank you. I'm genuinely humbled and touched. So, thank you. I really do appreciate the support on this, and I'm flabbergasted, really. I didn't see it coming. But, it's great to talk European football. It's great for Chelsea to have kept a clean sheet. I mean, I don't like to see Manchester United doing too well, to be frank, but it's nice to see Marcus Rashford scoring and doing what he does best. Overall, feeling very positive about everything. Let's hope we can keep this momentum going into our game against Manchester United. I will see you all on the next video. I'm out.